to Rosalind Carbon. Let's move on. The next category is the biggest fruit, and it goes to Naomi Greenaway.
They didn't tell me. No. They didn't tell me. She'll tell us. They didn't tell me.
No, she had a big lemon.
That's an envelope.
Naomi Greenaway. To present this award is Honorable Roland Royer, Minister for Agriculture. In the category of biggest provision or root crop, we have Ernestine George. Okay, Ernestine, you will come to pick up. Let's move on. Category most creative small booth. We have Eugenia Laramore. Okay, and Eugenia Laramore is picking up her first prize as well, Best Dressed Female Vendor. Oh my God, I will do that one. I know, see that.
Okay, we'll sort it out. Yes.
Most creative small booth.
We will sort out that one. That one. It's there. Mm-hmm.
Just 1 second.
No.
Okay, so all right, so that was the most creative small booth. Okay, Oscar. Oh my God. Okay, so to hand out these gifts, we have Honorable Oscar George with us. We move on to the most consistent. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, we have over the years, well, there are a number of persons who have been vending for a number of years on the market. But there is this lady, you would be looking for an old person if I said the longest serving vendor. However, she started vending at a tender age of about 12 with her mother on the market. I don't know if that gives you a clue. She still vends on the market today. She's no other than Eugenia Laramore. She's the longest serving farmer vendor. She has been vending for about 40 years. She'll come back. No, I was looking for it. Okay, we'll just rest it there. Okay, so let's move on. We have a most outstanding fisherman. He's Matthew Gilbert, most outstanding fisherman. While we wait for Mr. Gilbert, we will move on to the most impressive van vendor. That's Matthew. Okay, most outstanding fisherman. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the most impressive van vendor. And that goes to Mr. Ronnie Williams. Okay, so let's go back. Let's turn the page a little bit. And we're going to the longest serving farmer vendor. And she's no other than Eugenia Laramore. As I said, she is serving for about 40 years.
She has that. The envelope on that. She got it? Oh, sorry. Yes. No, that's like, check it off. Yes, you realize that, eh? That one is for that's for him.
Okay, so we have Mr. Ronnie Williams, most impressive van vendor. Okay, so we have, oh my God. Yeah. We have the longest serving fisherman. Oh, they didn't put the name. I'll skip that. All right. Okay, so let's move on to most outstanding farmer vendor overall. And that goes to Olivia Benjamin. Okay, the biggest provision root crop, Ernestine George. The price is there. That's what the most outstanding. Olivia Benjamin.
Look here. Here you go. You have another one? No, that's it.
Olivia. That's Olivia Benjamin. That's our most outstanding farmer vendor overall. Okay. All right. So we have an arts and craft category which we added today. There are a number of categories that people, the farmers vendors, they did not qualify for this, but we included an arts and crafts category, and that goes to Tamisha Cognet. Okay. Okay, so we have lovely Ernestine George picking up her prize. That's for the biggest provision on root crop. Okay, so thank you, Mr. George. That's it for the moment. Who we have there? Oh, the okay, so that's Tamisha Cognet. That's for arts and craft. Okay, so thank you, Mr. George. There are two other categories which I need to inquire from the judges, and I will get back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and let us all congratulate all of the winners for this 2024 Market Day for Difference in Portsmouth. Of course, it's part of our culture, and so we are going to have a number of presentations in terms of dances and the cultural art forms. So we will, of course, ask for our dignitaries so that we can shift the stage a bit. So give us a few moments, let us just shift around so we can have some cultural performances and display Dominica at its best.
Well, good morning to viewers of DBS Radio and also listeners. We have with us this morning the parliamentary representative, first for the Lago, Tukari, Cottage, Clifton, Capuchin constituency, but also to, fortunately enough, he's the Minister of Agriculture. And he's here with us this morning, and I want him to tell us, of his views of this morning's Market Day for Difference.
Yes, I said good morning and to the viewers of DBS on Facebook Live. Yes, what I did, as I arrived, I made a tour to assess, the quality of fruits, the variety and all that. What I've seen so far as to the number of produce and the quality, I was very impressed.
So right about now,
it is totally opposite to what you would have heard, on the street, that agriculture is there,
this time,
nothing is happening. And I'm a today's testament of that.
For creative dance, I want you to help me to welcome on stage the Pebush Cultural Group, as they do for us, creative dance.
That we have seen. And I'm very happy to see that the farmers are producing, and the vendors have a wide variety of commodities that they can offer to the shoppers this morning.
I know that the Ministry of Agriculture has been working alongside with the farmers. I'm sure that you would be able to tell us a few other things that your ministry would have helped in this area of the north. So really give us an outline of some of the things that your ministry has really done.
Yes, it's not just the north, but we can look at the global picture. We have many programs where we lend support to farmers. I can start with the direct support where we provide fertilizer and other inputs on the various projects. Even last December, we distributed about 5,000 barrels of NPK fertilizer to farmers, targeting specific crops. In addition to that, we have ongoing programs where we provide building materials and labor support for the livestock farmers to build resilient pens so that we can expand our livestock production, particularly chicken and pork, as we look to reduce the import bill. As we speak, we are importing about $15 million worth of chicken and pork every year, and that's one of the times we said by 2030 for us to cut back into that around 60%. So we are strategic in our interventions. So livestock farmers are benefiting, the crop farmers are benefiting from inputs and all the technical support that we provide to them across the island, not just the north, but across the island.
We have seen, a good participation among the farmers and others here in terms of crops. But also too, we have seen the Haitian nationals here themselves, which really help in enhancing the Market Day for Difference.
Yes, what we've observed, since we have the Haitian national vending, the Portsmouth market is open 6 days a week. Normally, before the Haitians were here, we'll have only Market Day on Thursday sometimes and a Saturday, but now they're vending every day, making that fresh produce available to our consumers, and which is very good, because remember we said that we are going to promote what we eat, what we grow, and if we're looking at having a healthy lifestyle and trying to reduce on the number of NCDs that we have, it's a very good thing they're doing to make the fresh produce available to shoppers right here in Portsmouth. So we commend them for that and we thank them for the service that they provided.
Independence Week. We're getting into the Independence Week. Are you satisfied with the outfits of the national army?
Yes. I mean, the ladies take it to a different level. They do all the different designs, and what I like to see recently is the variety of fabric that they are now on display. And of course the men too, also creative in what they're doing. So I want to encourage everyone, this is Okwel Week, wear your national wear, wear your crown outfits, and let's feel that joy and pride that we are known of as a nation.
I realize that this year much more effort has been done by the farmers to ensure the success of Market Day for Difference. As the Minister of Agriculture, tell me, how do you see this year compared to that of last year?
Like what is that? Not more effort or more effort? I didn't get the question. It does more effort or not?
Much more effort.
Oh yes. But what we've seen, the farmers are responding to the intervention of the government. And the farmers were saying, yes, we are back into the farming, but we're going to need a little support, to push us so we can expand. And that's what we have been doing, supporting them. So I'm happy to see the variety and quantity of fresh produce here. That just augurs well for us as a ministry and the country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Put your hands together for the Pebush Cultural Group as they did creative dance for us. And now, right about this time, I want you to help me to bring on stage from the St. John's Primary School with love as they do for us. Hill and Two. And of course, after Hill and Two, they'll do some mazuk for us. But make the children, please make them feel welcome.
And we're witnessing, we can see a gala, a mini gala, now the Portsmouth Primary School going on stage.
We just had a performance by the Pebush creative dancers, representing Pebush Cultural Group, and indeed that was a very impressive performance, and we're getting ready for a performance by the St. John's Primary School. So let's keep our eyes on stage to see what they have for showcasing our culture with very young children.
And I hope it's maybe flotation or mazouk that they're going after. Not better for sure.
No. Yeah. I'm not calling for sure. It's too long to get to culture, but definitely we shall see what they have to put on stage.
Yes, maybe Hill and Toe. It's easiest of the dances.
Very simple to move along.
Yes.
So
and
just to entertain and keep the culture.
Well dressed in their national outfits,
Indeed.
And it's a sense of pride, as you can see from these children, and as they prepare to show us or to showcase what they were taught from their choreographer of the school, St. John's Primary School.
So we're looking forward.
And I was just from speaking with the Minister of Agriculture, who himself was telling us about. So yes, I was just asking, but we are live.
We are indeed.
All right, and I love the fact this year the stage is different.
Right.
The ambience of the area that we are in
Certainly.
or at is very much different. We are now seeing a plantain tree. Look as if plantain looks like the national. It looks like as if that we have moved away from bananas, and we have some cocoa, and on the other side we have papaya. Yes. Well, let's go on stage as we get some of
performance by the St. John's Primary School. Indeed. Enjoy.
Enjoy the view.
Nice day. have it. We've had a performance by the St. John's Primary School, who just came to do for us Hill and Two. And it's getting really exciting.
Put your hands together
The
for
crowd is
the
actually joining
St. John's
together.
Primary School.
Yes.
And you can see the youth crowd that is here actually enjoyed the exhibition of the Hill and Two. And I felt as children, to get children excited about the culture, the easiest thing to teach them is Hill and Two.
Yeah, simple steps,
simple steps.
dance,
And later on they'll do the flirtation,
move along.
you know, Mazouk, you know, Belay, you know. And as we always talk about our own culture, we know that the Belay comes from Africa, the flirtation comes from Europe, you know. The Hill and Two is our own, you know, a little bit of the French, and basically Europe. And so we are happy. Even many years after being under the colony of England and France, that we are seeing that our generation, present generation, in 2024, still appreciating this, still appreciating, you know, and that's important. You know?
And it speaks longevity and continuity for our culture that we know that we have inherited as ours. So we are very grateful for that.
Yes.
Indeed.
This week coming, we will be having Tea Village Creole. Tomorrow will be a big day, which is the Heritage Day, you know, in La Plaine, and quite a number of people are happy about the Heritage Day.
Looking forward to enjoying that.
And where it is being held, you know. And so we are really happy to be here in Portsmouth. I know that we were on the side of Dominica in the northeast.
That
everywhere we got, you know, with Miguel Labadi.
The busy station.
Busy station. Dominica busy station. We have to make the rest of Dominica appreciate, you know, who we are as a people. I know DBS Radio has to go there to really help people to have a better understanding of what Dominica have, and especially around a time like this, you know. So as we said, today they will be also having Creole in Enough. You know, every year, you know, the people in Enough themselves celebrate their own style and their own fete for culture.
A little bit of something for everybody everywhere.
Right. So you can see Vickers, you can see Pebush, you can see Cottage, Capuchin, Portsmouth, you know. Quite a number of villages will be part and parcel of the Creole in the North, you know. And on Friday, as you just heard the master of ceremony just said, Julie Creole. Là, nous tous te parler seulement créole. Si pas parler créole, non, si pas parler créole, on joue ça, on est pour rester moumou. So si vous pas parler créole, si vous parlez créole, ou pas pour parler, ça c'est pour dire ou que moumou.
Moumou seulement.
Avec moi je dis tout le monde, si vous pas à parler créole là, actuellement on est tchaktan pour apprendre à parler créole. Il y a des trois mots. C'est bien d'avoir dit la bac là. Avec on va parler avec ces monde là bac là. Avec on va dire au moins les $20. Et yo ça qui $20 ou les $100. Ou les $50. On comprend yo ça.
On met $20,000.
$20,000. Non bac là. Si on est pour demander pour $20,000, bac là pour aller dire tout cas des bagages. Pour checker pour que le $20,000. Yo qui va demander chef non ou pas ça pour tout.
Yon mille pour $16.
Ouais. Ça pour moi ça pour 10 000.
Ouais.
Sans section. Ça écrit à rien.
Ah, c'est bon.
Oui. Mais vous parlez pour tout l'argent.
Non,
bac là.
C'est la même.
Pas tout. Si vous tapez ça, on check manager en bac là.
C'est vrai.
So vous pour plus. And we're back in our English, talking and reminding people that on Friday is Creole. This week. Today Saturday. This week was how you call it again? It was just in my mind, you know.
What is it?
This week was the week where we had all our symbols.
Emblem week.
You know,
yes.
And
yes. And then we started Creole in the streets.
Creole in the streets.
That was just yesterday.
Yesterday.
That runs until Thursday.
Yes, and last week, you know. Friday was Chapeau Pie.
Chapeau Pie,
you know,
Journée Chapeau Pie.
Journée Chapeau Pie. Yeah. So that speaks volume, you know, of we as a people, I have spoken to other countries of the OECS in reference to the celebration of independence, and nobody in the region celebrates Christmas for 6 weeks. It's only Dominica independence for 6 weeks. I mean, that is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great plus.
Yes. And you see our children, no matter how small you are entwined, you are involved, you know, indulging in our
so that speaks longevity, that speaks continuity, where we have to catch them young, get the whole energy into it, the interest into it, and then to keep it on moving on.
Yeah. And it is good to note that DBS Radio is in the only tongue, which is Portsmouth. You know? Some persons get confused and say the second tongue. It is the only tongue. Roseau is the city, and Portsmouth is the only tongue. You know. And we have Mr. Etienne, who is going to be singing a song for Feria. Yeah, he did a Frampton.
Etienne from Paybush.
Yes, from Paybush. And he gave me a lot of words, you know. He gave you words. When he said to me, I give DBS my song. And you're not playing it enough. He didn't say we're not playing it, he said you're not playing it enough. You know. I agree. Because he considered that Feria a Dominican who has made us proud. And I agree with him. So we're going to go on stage now to hear the performance. Let's go on stage with
enjoy.
Frampton Etienne.
Musical.
And you can say you have to vary. Eh?
Oh Lord.
You can van
vary. VV.
Ouais, il savent il peut gagner moins cher, il peut gagner bien cher.
Bien cher.
Ça va varier.
Il peut gagner cheap.
Non, il peut gagner cheap. Bien cher. Autant de ça dire ah ouais. Il y a un slide sur stage là. Il peut marcher. Slide. Il comme Michael Jackson. I'm sure that many persons are tuning and listening to DBS Radio.
Exciting
and really a period where Dominicans have been excited. 46 years.
Great hype.
Celebrating 46 years.
Indeed.
A gift that we have. Our Dominica, our country Dominica, a gift given to us by the Almighty, a place with all shade of green, shades of green, a country with mountains of different heights, you know, sea, river, water in abundance,
fresh water,
nice fish, you know,
fresh food too,
and fresh food and fruits, you know, and that's why in Dominica we will always remain healthy.
And the signature of quite a bit of centenarians.
Oh yes,
the food that we live, the life that we live, to actually contribute to our longevity.
And as we were saying that not far from here in Granville, we had one of the oldest human beings, 128 Mapampo, you know, discovered by DBS Radio, Alex Bruno at the time. So DBS Radio, we have been doing quite a lot for this beautiful country. You know? And here we still have some adults, you know, here looking on. As we were talking, I'm seeing two Caucasian. This Caucasian man just passing across.
So we have some
visitors. Maybe went by his fish, you know. And another Caucasian lady with her madras tied with a little locks, you know.
a little bit of the culture, being part of it.
Being part of Dominica's culture. So let's go on stage now for Frampton.
The performance of Frampton. Nice.
I see this smile. Je laisse sortir clinique pour des hommes rassemblés. Dis-moi quand on compte dominer. Comme un petit pape comme un câble parler. Comme un petit espèce de pour le lendemain. Avec je suis seul, sauvé à pied. Manger local, câble manger. KFC, yobré à ces journées créoles. On ne va pas pour nous mettre côté nous vivre. Côté nous, dansez. Sotis, côté nous, mazou, côté nous, mirato, côté nous. Tout le monde, criez. Aïe, ça c'est ma vie. Cherchez Wallis, oh yes! dansez, dansez Mazou, dansez, dansez Jinping, dansez. Le gars dansez, 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 Hilato. Aïe aïe aïe. People shake them up, you know that everywhere. Where they put your mouth, sing dance. We need to do that. Everywhere I go, I share my culture and the tradition that's so rich for sure. All ladies step out in their mattress and they take a sip so beautiful. A young man dressing up in my shirt and black pants, yeah. And they're shop with them so respectful. Now these are the kind of things we should appreciate and thank our parents for our culture. Zian, Banan, Yampen, Tekase, Popien, Madras, Tutun, Nase. And appreciate, we must celebrate. Come celebrate and appreciate, we must celebrate. Look at danser, 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 Mazou, danser. Look at manger, 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 manger banane, manger. Allez créole, allez patois. Ni à nous danser, ni à nous danser, ni à nous danser. Danser, danser Mazou, danser, danser Jinping, danser. Manger, 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 Zian, manger, manger, manger. Everywhere we go, everybody look. Everywhere we go, everywhere we go, everybody go, everywhere we go. Yes, man. And I came from Paybush, and you can do that from Paybush. If you say from Paybush, and you don't have cultural blood in your vein, you're not from Paybush. Because we had a cultural of Paybush, you know. Yeah. Alright. Right, so hold on. Hold on. You know, this next one is for tribute to Fiala for. You know, she made us proud. She turned Dominica into a golden country. So I made this one for Fia and it have a little Jinping and Mazou cultural thing in it, okay? Alright, so enjoy it, Bryson. Merci, 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 merci la forme. Merci, merci, qui a la forme, mais mon tour est dominé dans un pays de l'or. Merci, 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 merci la forme. Merci, merci, qui a la forme, mais mon tour est dominé dans un pays de l'or. Comme il déjà riche encore, j'ai un pays qui vaut en valeur. Mais nous pas bien anticiper, surprise ça là. Dans son sommet tout on a j'ai qu'à représenter ou encore j'ai. Mais merci qu'il y a où mettre drapeau nous en l'air. On paye toutes mes destinations, en tout cas ouais, seule nation. Tout pour visiter, ou PEYT. Nous placer en haut à outiller, depuis en bas guadal. C'est pour ça, rien nous faut comme ça. Merci, merci, merci. Merci, merci, la forme. Merci, merci, il y a la forme. Mais on tourne les Dominicains dans le pays de l'or. Merci, 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 merci la France. Merci, merci, il y a la France. Mais on tourne les Dominicains dans le pays de l'or. Pays qui a ces Dominicains, notre Dominicain n'est pas et où ça crier. White to Koboli, les Dominicains, après ça nous cache à l'or. La France fait l'histoire, en tant qu'Olympique. Thank you, yeah, for making Dominica for love and getting bright and creamy in the nature eye. Now the whole will know our flag and now when I shine around them from the way jump to the road and then merci, 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 merci la France. Merci, merci, il y a la France, mais on tourne les Dominicains dans le pays de l'or. Merci, 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 merci la France. Merci, merci, il y a la France, mais on tourne les Dominicains dans le pays de l'or. Oui, oui, maman, nous allons célébrer. If you have a flag in your raise it up. Drapeau nous en l'air comme ça c'est porter nous avec ça. Allez, Mario! Drapeau nous en l'air comme ça c'est porter nous avec. What is it? It's our culture, yeah? Oh! Celebrate. Dominicain nous celebrate. Real festival de tous les langues. Celebrate. Dominicain nous celebrate. Celebrate. Dominicain nous celebrate. Real festival de tous les langues. Celebrate. Dominicain nous celebrate. Miss Lafont. Oye, dia pon yo there. That's Michael Ferrell. There. Enough. And unnatural. Pegush. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Merci. 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 Thank you very much. This is
Merci, merci. Merci, Monsieur Etienne. Battons les ensemble pour Monsieur Etienne. For your yeah, man.
Barry man, our cultural man.
Barry man, he did his thing,
He did proud.
Yeah.
He sang one quite traditional and the one that he made recently in September about in tribute of Yala for
That was very fitting.
gold medalist in triple jump, 15.3 meters. And I'm happy that he was able to do that.
Indeed.
And I think you have the results as we continue speaking. We had quite a number of categories.
Right. So we have the best presented decorated stall. And the winner for this was Olivier Benjamin. Yes. The best dressed male vendor. Well, this went to Ferdinand Joseph. We also had the best dressed female vendor. And this went to Eugenia Laramore. We moved on to the best dressed female buyer. We see the name that goes Rosalind Carbon. And also the biggest fruit. The biggest fruit went to Naomi Greenaway. And the judges looked at the best or the biggest vegetable. And this went again to Olivia Benjamin. Biggest provision and root crop. This went to Ernestine George. And again, the most creative small booth went to Eugenia Laramon. So Eugenia Laramon has received quite a bit of awards here on this Market Day for Difference 2024. And we would like to commend her for that. I also think she got the longest serving vendor. And she's pretty young, and that tells us she started very early. And so we have the youngest shopper or the youngest buyer. Is that what we have?
Youngest shopper.
Right. Yeah. And that goes to
Shaika James.
Shaika James. Shaika or Shyla? It's like Shyla James. Yes, we stand corrected, but based on what we see, it looks like Shiloh Jane.
It's scribbled up, right?
Yes.
Very much.
The excitement and the rush to bring the results to the stage.
Yes.
Most consistent farmer or vendor, no, it's most consistent farmer, and that name looks like
all I can say is Ulysses.
Ulysses.
I'm not so sure the first again is
it looks like, but Miss Ulysses. Let me say this.
Yeah.
And then the longest serving vendor, as I mentioned earlier, went across to Eugenia Laramol again, and commendations to Eugenia Laramol. Longest serving coconut vendor, and this award went to Philbert George. Congratulations to Philbert George. And we're looking at the most outstanding fisherman, and this award went to Matthew Gilbert, a very young man indeed, I must say. And that's good that we have our young people involved in all of those activities to continue to sustain our food basket, fresh food, fresh fish, for us to sustain our lives. Most impressive vendor, most impressive van vendor, and this one went to Ronnie Williams.
Yeah, Ronnie Williams.
Also, an award that was newly created based on the years of categories of awards. It says Arts and Craft, and this Arts and Craft award went to Miss Tamisha Cognets. And then we are the most outstanding vendor overall, Miss Olivia Benjamin.
And I'm sure each of these individuals were very elated and happy to really be called and to be recognized, you know. And you could see the efforts that they made, you know, to ensure that the market day of a difference in Portsmouth is a success.
Was really a difference.
It was really a difference.
And I must say as well, if you notice, the setup and the area has been changed. Usually it has been done
In the market.
walls, inside of the market
Yes.
space. But you have people walking along the streets and so on. So the stage was erected right in front of the fisheries complex, that the people on the streets and from every angle could see and know what's happening on stage, to be all part of it.
And it gives the persons, the shoppers, an opportunity not only just to purchase produce, but to get into the fisheries market
what's happening as well.
and to get into the
Be at
fisheries
close
market.
proximity to everything.
Yes.
Indeed.
That's very important, you know.
Surely.
And so you can see the farmers who are here today. You can see their faces very happy to be here, and especially people purchasing. Everyone that's passing us, you can see that they have the bags and so on. You know, so the town of Portsmouth, you know, has been able to attract quite a number of young people to be involved in agriculture. We always say that agriculture really is helping to sustain Dominica's economy.
Definitely.
And you can see in the north that it is clear that there are vendors and there are persons who purchase, shoppers. One of the things that I observe again too is that the Haitian population has been able to be part and
Great
parcel,
contribution.
you know, into
Indeed.
the
So we commend them for this as well.
Without you, all that
Certainly.
not be possible.
And,
If we didn't have
it's activity
produce
all
and goods
inclusive.
there,
yeah, and which is good, you know, that we are not saying no to anyone.
No.
We're not discriminating anyone.
Not at all.
You're part of the Caribbean belt, and so Haitians
We share the
themselves
love,
are very-
we share the
Yes,
bread.
and they have been involved in agriculture, as you know, and the work that they do here with us, you know, we really appreciate that, because
Definitely.
without their service, sometimes, you know, our own vendors would not have been here, and
Definitely,
so
definitely.
we need to compliment them.
They've given a great hand in the sustainability of the availability of produce and so on, and we commend them for that.
And those vendors who are here, because one of the ladies here received an award. She has been here, coming to the market every weekend over 40 years.
Every week,
You know, I remember year before last there was a beautiful lady dressed in a war beard. The next year, last year when I came and I asked her, he said that she was no more. She was gone. You know.
That was Miss Sabine.
Sabine,
yeah.
that's
Trust
correct.
me. And every time it comes to market day for difference, this lady flashes my mind all the time.
Yes, and it came to mind
Dedicated
today.
indeed, yeah.
You know, I was like, wow,
Thank you very
there's
much.
no Miss Sabine, you know, and she's a person that would really make our market day in Portsmouth, you know, different. And she has been there, you know, in out every year, you know, giving a contribution to,
Yes.
you know, and. I think what we can do now is to try to speak with the parliamentary representative.
Parliamentary representative.
All right. Mr. Philbert George
Bye.
receiving his award for.
So you will speak with the parliamentary representative,
attention, please.
you know, and another beautiful day in Portsmouth. We had a little shower, showers of blessings.
I can see so that was showers of blessings because now the sun is actually striking hot. And we give thanks for that. We give thanks to God for the weather, and we appreciate all of that. That tells how truly Dominican we are. A little bit of everything. Good day to you, Mrs. Wenham Shepherd. We're here and we're going to ask you your contribution as to your impressions of Market Day for the Friends this year. What can you share to the listening public?
Well, thank you and good morning to you and to the general public. This year I can tell you that I am happy with what I saw. You can see a lot of effort was put into the production this year, and these are the kind of things that we encourage, excellence. So I want to say kudos to the local government departments and the Portsmouth Town Council and all of those who came on board to make the event possible.
Surely, so thank you very much. And any little ideas in comparison to last year's event? What can you see that is more outstanding this time around?
So what I can tell you is that after seeing last year's event, feedback is important. And the local government department as well as the Portsmouth Town Council, they listened and the feedback was made, so that was very good coming from the recommendations of course. So that is why this year you see slightly different. And one of the things that, and it's all about independence so and coming together, when we collaborate, so much more and even better can happen, because then you get the whole of resources versus having to split your resources, whether it's financial or human. And so and you can see it from the event. And once you have the collaboration of all stakeholders, then your events come out better. People feel more invested and also more involved, so that is why you have greater participation. I am sure people are already looking to forward to next year's activity. People now, you can see now when the people receive the awards, and we have our best dressed shopper. Today she's at the moment dancing in a little presentation. So these are the things we wanted, the integration of not just vendors, farmers, but even those of us who are patronizing and getting our, obviously, the necessary that we need for the nourishment of our bodies.
Yes. Very good, impressive contribution. As we move along, what can you share to the rest of the listening public as we move a little deeper into the peak of our independence celebration? The adults, the visitors, the young people, what would have caution that you would share with them as they move along to celebrate the 46th year of our national independence?
And just before I take that question, Mr. Williams, I wanted to share too that, again, in collaboration and discussion, I have gone throughout the market area, from the old market site, which is just up ahead, to the fisheries area, and I've spoken to almost every vendor in terms of what it is that they would like to see happen in the Portsmouth market. One of the most critical areas, they look to the aesthetics, how does the market look, and that is why I addressed it this morning as well. And if you know me well, you know that I'm a go-getter and I like to be part of solutions. And so because of the discussion that I had with them, I met with the Portsmouth Town Council and shared that the project of repairing the fencing, the gates and so on is one of concern, repairing of the stalls. And that is why I would have went out to seek funding. And like I said earlier, I have secured the funding for that. So very soon, we will see the start of the project. We already have done all of the measurements and that sort of thing. So work will commence shortly. And in reference to our whole independence celebration, Dominica is unique. There is no other island like ours. Dominica, I can boldly tell you, we have everything as it relates to natural, tourism, nature, so just by virtue of what we're given as a gift, Dominica is really a gift to us. And we have to take care of our gift. Most times someone gives you a gift, no matter how small or how large, you take care of it. And that is one of the things I always want to remind Dominicans. Dominica is nowhere without you in it, And if you remove us as a people, the country will survive still. So we now have to work with nature and live our lives like that. There's unity in nature. Whether you have different plants, you have different fruits, you have you have the river, the sea, but it's water at the end of the day, and they coexist. So these are some of the greatest lessons, the unism, and I think and that's why I always speak to collaboration and coming together. That for me is the most critical factor. We as a people have to stay together to achieve anything that we want to do. Whether it is a project at your house, or a community one, or a national one. And so projects like the International Airport, for many years, as a matter of fact, from the premier days, because I am a student of history myself, to as most recent as the Honorable Israel Douglas and the Dominica Labour Party administration. All of the governments and all of the prime ministers have said that an international airport is what we need. Dominica is perfectly situated and perfectly poised for the opportunity. The moment is ripe now, and so we must take advantage of any window of opportunity that we get. And as a Dominican people, we have to be supportive of initiatives like that. The roads and so on, while one might say these are basic necessities, we have people who still don't feel that we should be doing roads. But we have to do it, because without your roads, you cannot get any.
Roads and networks everywhere.
Right. So in order for your business to thrive and just for people to move around, these are essential. We have the geothermal project coming on. This one is a big one, and I hope that more people can do research into that. While we're making big investments, the returns are going to be good for us. It will take some time, like everything else, but it will happen. And we also have to know that some of us have to do the work so that others can benefit. So we have to keep that in mind. So the Labour Party is labouring. We're going to get to Labour.
Calling on labourers to join the fund, right?
We're calling for Dominicans.
Dominicans. Labourers, everybody.
Labourers, Dominicans, everybody, diaspora, come on board, let us be supportive. You can give, you can share of all the resources that we have.
Okay, so this is where I wish to share. Thank you so much for your contribution there. And I think we appreciated the whole setup of the event of celebrating Making the Difference this year, 2024. We appreciate your contribution to the presence, and we want to say long live our gifts, Dominica.
Positive.
Thank you.
Definitely, God bless our country and everything that we plan to make it better.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Wenham Shepherd, for your contributions. Have a blessed independence. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you that that interview would have been one that you enjoyed. I could sense that. I could feel that.
Definitely. Yeah, man. It's all people all together from the north, and I've known Mrs. Shepherd for quite a bit of time. And yes, it was very, very interesting. Yeah.
Well, we are going to now speak with the minister who is sitting in for Greta Roberts, who is the minister responsible for community development.
Definitely.
And sports, youth and sports. Good morning to you, sir.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm happy to be here in Portsmouth to bring it across to the people. DBS Radio, we have always been there for 46 years as an independent state. Prior to that, we were there. Now today, you are here representing the minister. Give us your views as to how you saw today.
Well, first and foremost, it was a very good activity. As you saw, for the years gone by, we normally use the inside of that building. This year we came on the outside, and I think many persons are indicating that it was well done. A lot of crowd participation, a lot of farmers were excited, so it's very, very good for us. But I'm here from the Ministry of Culture, and I want to first say that agriculture is very important to our culture and our heritage. And we have to continue ensuring that we provide the avenues for our farmers and vendors to succeed. And that's why we are here today, to celebrate their hard work as part of our independence. As I said when I spoke, there are a number of areas our farmers can look at to ensure they can become more sustainable. Because what we want is to ensure that food security is never an issue in Dominica. As we speak, there are many countries where it's difficult to find locally produced food. So we don't want Dominica to find itself in a situation like that. So we're advocating for people to consume local stuff. We're advocating for farmers to run their farming as a business. We're advocating for them to keep farm records. We're advocating for them to add value to their produce. We are also advocating for them to form themselves into small groups like farmers group and cooperatives to ensure that they can become more sustainable. And I think with the support, the level of support being given by government, and our minister was here today explaining to the public all what government is doing for agriculture. From providing fishing boats to supplies and fertilizers to all sorts of investments being done in agriculture. And this is wonderful for our government, and of course I want to commend the Minister of Agriculture for that.
Well, normally when we speak about agriculture, people tend to only think of crops, vegetables, but there's the blue economy, and right behind us is the blue economy, fish. Give us an understanding as to, in this part of Dominica, how much concentration that they are giving on fish.
Yeah, obviously in this part of Dominica, fishing is very important. So I'm happy this year we could come here, and the fishermen was very, very incorporated into the whole festive atmosphere, and I think we gave an award for the best fisherman. So that speaks volumes, and of course we want to continue engaging and including the fishermen in our programs and plans, because agriculture, as you rightly said, is not just crops. We have livestock, fishing, there's also agroponics and aquaponics and all these things, vertical farming, and all these are part of and parcel of agriculture. So we're not leaving any part of agriculture out. We're ensuring that everybody can come on board and get support that is required to ensure that we can provide food for our population to eat. But just to say that, I'm very happy to be here. It's something that many farmers in the North look forward to every year. I saw many farmers, especially from my community, Penville, very hardworking people. All of them are there in numbers, selling and producing what they have to offer. So I'm happy for this, and of course, I encourage them to continue producing, continue feeding the nation, because farming remains the backbone of our economy.
And as you're saying that, Mr. Minister, yes, we had a celebration here in Portsmouth for Market Day for Difference, but also today we were also in Marigot. Words to the vendors of Marigot, or the farmers of Marigot.
Yeah, because Marigot is important, because Wesley, Marigot, before they are also high producers of agricultural produce. So it's important that we showcase what they have to offer too, and especially given the fact that our international airport is coming on stream. So we will need a lot of output and production to sustain that investment, and of course continue feeding the Northeast. So I congratulate everybody from Marigot. Also Minister Roberts is in Marigot as we speak, and of course I'm sure that she will convey our deepest appreciation to the folks in Marigot and the farmers and the vendors there. We celebrate them also, just like how we're doing in Portsmouth today.
And next week we'll be in Roseau, Market Day for Difference in Roseau. Last week was Maho. So really and truly, Dominica, when we look at the north, south, east and west, we really try to make the rest of the world understand our value, or understand our appreciation for agriculture.
That's right. And just to say that tomorrow, we'll be heading to La Plaine for Heritage Day. La Plaine will come alive tomorrow. We're going to celebrate all what La Plaine have to offer. There was a committee put in place with persons from La Plaine representing all different sectors in La Plaine. So it's an entire community effort for Heritage Day tomorrow in La Plaine. So I invite everyone, including yourself, the media fraternity, to come to La Plaine tomorrow and celebrate Heritage Day. And of course, we look forward to Market Day for Difference in Roseau the following week. And of course, that should be the highlight of the season.
And there is so much more in reference to your ministry around that season, especially dealing with the whole issue of people coming together, communities coming together. At the end, I think on the 5th, will be Community Day of Service. So I'm sure that you are able to speak on that.
Yeah, this Community Day of Service is very important. What we have seen over the years is that we have been promoting beautification, because we want to ensure that our surroundings are remain clean. So this year will be no different. We want to ensure that everyone can come out and come together and prepare some meals and engage in beautifying and uplifting your community. So we look forward to that come November 4th.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Well, just speaking to the minister, and coming to the end of our broadcast. Portsmouth, I said earlier on, is the only town. Portsmouth had some pounding, very well eloquent, savvy politicians. First, we can talk about Mr. Bernard Douglas. We call him RBD Douglas, as the father of both Rosie Douglas and Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas was opposition leader once upon a time in the 80s into the early 90s, and then My brother was opposition leader and became Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Yeah. And here we are in Portsmouth, a vibrant community, a community that really the people know exactly what they want.
Indeed. I agree 100%. And it continues, and the impression is there that we are people who are confident and ambitious, knowing what we go for. And if you know how this saying goes, the Portsmouth has been like the brain of the country, been on enough, and we've been producing so much that we can be proud of.
I remember as a boy growing up, passing in Picard, bananas in Picard. Definitely. Today we're seeing huge apartments in Picard, and that speaks of the transition of the people of Portsmouth, how they are able to work together, do things together to ensure that their community, Portsmouth, remains a viable and very productive community in Dominica.
Definitely. And of course, go in with the opportunity, the current opportunities to capitalize on that. But I must say that we should not forget where we all started. And I can understand we divert from the tourism, from agriculture to tourism, but it's also important that we maintain the origin and where we came from, the sustainable economy. So we are about to say our goodbyes. And let me say it was a pleasure doing this with you and DBS, and kudos to the team DBS.
But before we say goodbye, I just want to also thank the neighboring communities, Benz, Pebush, Penville Bakers, Capuchin, Lagon, Cottage, yes, and Dodan, Bakers, Thibault, all of these neighboring communities. Even Dublin, who have made it here, and we want to say thank you to them.
As far as Salisbury too.
As far as Salisbury.
Because Olivia, who won quite a bit of the awards, she hails from Salisbury. Yeah, so it's from the West Coast right down, and from every community in the North to converge into Portsmouth. So we commend them and we say thank you for their contribution.
And we want to say thank you to our technical team.
Yes.
In the person of Rohan Skerrit and that of Dennis Nichols. And we want to say thank you very much to our sponsor, who has made it possible for us to be here.
And the sponsor that I've been told is the Rudolph Thomas and Son. And we appreciate their contribution.
And they have been here every year with DBS Radio, sponsoring this kind of event. And
Big up and
we really want to say to them thank you very much, and to thank the people who are patronizing with them so that we can be here today.
Yes.
And so we are sure next at that same time that
they can do it bigger and
Rudolph
better.
Thomas again will be on board, bigger and better, and we want to say thank you for their sponsorship. So once again, I want to say thank you to all our viewers and our listeners for being here with us and to stay with us at the Nation Station, the number one. You call it what?
The busy station.
The busy station.
Dominica's busy station.
I'll go back to Master Control.
This has been your host, Wallace Williams, with Cecil Joseph doing this for you. Thank you very much. Happy Independence. Be safe. Be blessed.
Thank you.